the number one important thing is you have to be in Turkey legally. Okay, you cannot get married in Turkey when you're illegal or you don't have a residence permit or a visa. You must be having a visa or a residence permit in Turkey that permits you to live in Turkey. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please subscribe. Make sure to like and comment on my video. So I make such videos. I make a lot of videos about travelers coming in Turkey or those of you who want to come and stay in Turkey. So you can go check out my other videos, my other previous content that about Turkey. And purposely in this video, I'm going to talk about for the people who are coming to get married in Turkey, or you have a Turkish spouse and you're planning on your wedding in Turkey, your civil wedding in Turkey. And these are some of the procedures that you can take or that you can do if you like to get married in Turkey, or you have a Turkish spouse. Let it be, it doesn't matter according to the sex. It may be a male or a female. So these you have to take these procedures when you're going to get married in Turkey. They are really very crucial, and if you don't have one of sure that this differs according to every country, and for every country they have some specific procedures on ways on how foreigners can get married in a certain country. And for my country it differs, and here in Turkey it differs too, but in my country it's not that hard like here in Turkey, because I'm telling you this out of experience. So if you have a Turkish spouse and you're planning on your civil wedding in Turkey, this will be some of the procedures that you're gonna have to do in order for your civil wedding to be legalized in Turkey. Okay, so two most important papers, and I'm gonna have to talk about this. There are two most important documents, and which is the birth certificate, okay, and the certificate of celibacy. So I'm going to explain to you this, okay, and I know you just need to be careful with the certificate of celibacy and the birth certificate. Though when you check on the internet, or some videos show you, some videos on YouTubers show you that if the certificate of celibacy has the parents' names, your parents' names written on the certificate of celibacy, you don't need the birth certificate. That is wrong, because in every city in Turkey it differs, and they tell you that no, for example, I had both of them. I was lucky enough. But if I had listened to some people that said the birth certificate is not important if their certificate of celibacy has both names, because mine did, okay, which at the end they wanted the birth certificate too. Okay, so to be on the safe side, if you didn't, if you are in Turkey, or you will need a birth certificate, okay, that has both of your parent names, okay, and well written, plus the certificate of celibacy. So if you're outside of Turkey, you can get that in your country. You can get the certificate of celibacy in your country, okay. But for some countries, okay, like my country, of course I took my certificate of celibacy to my country's foreign affairs, okay, and then after that it was stamped and sealed, okay. So this is a very important step that you can take. And after the birth certificate, after you get the birth certificate and the certificate of celibacy from your country, you can come in Turkey after it's stamped from your country, from your country's foreign affairs ministry. All right, so you bring their certificate in Turkey where you're gonna get married. Okay, so this doesn't mean that you are ready and everything is ready. No. So you need to take some other important steps. All right, so if you're in Turkey and you wouldn't want to go back in your country for your certificate of celibacy, um, you can go to your embassy, to your country's embassy, and ask for the certificate of celibacy. But for the people who are from my country, our embassies you just know. So I advise you, if you can go, or you can go back to your country and get the certificate of celibacy, it's going to be very much easier for you. But if your country's embassy is, their operations are really good and you can get the certificates, I advise you, of course, to get the certificate of celibacy from your country's embassy. All right, so after you get the certificate of celibacy from your country, let me say it's from your country outside of Turkey to here, that you're gonna have to still take it to the embassy, to your country's embassy. Okay, so I need to be really very clear about this. Mm-hmm. Because I was really super confused, and I was lucky enough that I went back in my country, so that at the end it was so easy for me. I got my certificate. I got my certificates from my country. Okay, so after you come in, you have to, after taking your certificate of celibacy to your country's embassy for, again, stamping. All right, and all right, so you need to take two documents to your country's embassy. You need to take your birth certificate, and you need to take your certificate of celibacy to your country's embassy for stamping and approval that this document, yes, it is a true document. It is true Ugandan, I'm Ugandan. It's a true Ugandan certificate of celibacy, and it has been approved by the Ugandan embassy in Turkey. Okay, and the birth certificate too has to be approved by your country's embassy. So you now by then have two documents. You have the certificate of celibacy, and you have the birth certificate, which is again approved by your country's embassy. So now, after this step is done, you're gonna have to take these documents, okay, to the translator. There is a lot of translators all over, in every city, I guess. Just check on the Google, who is your nearest translator, or and you get to take those documents for translation, because then they are in your country's language. For my country, it's English. They're written in English, so they need to be translated in Turkey. All right. So after they've been translated, both the birth certificate and the certificate of celibacy, you need to take these documents for notarization. So you need to go to, it's a Turkish, it's a government office. Okay, so you need to take these documents for notarization. Let me tell you, the notary is quite expensive. So I didn't expect this. So you need to be with enough money with you on you. Okay, please, after the translation, you're taking these documents for the notarization to the Turkish authorities. You get the number and all that. You pay really some good amount of money. It's not that much, but I wasn't expecting that amount of money, from the notary. I thought it was something that is, going to have to take just some little money. But yeah, you need to be with some money with you. And after I took after the notary is done, you can still have two documents, two most important documents, right? Oh, hold on, I forgot the passport. You need so for the passport, you need the photocopy. You need to take the photocopy, and after you take the photocopy, you need to take it for translation. But the passport doesn't need to be approved by the embassy. No, you just need to take the passport photocopy page, yeah, to the translator. Again, it is going to be notarized. All right. So after these documents are notarized, you're going to have to take them to the Turkish Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Okay, so the Turkish Ministry of Foreign Affairs is in Ankara, and with this ministry, it's not going to take you so much hours. You just need to pay some good amount of money. for every page. Okay, and they're gonna have to check your country and maybe the relations and all that, and it's going to be approved that yeah, this document is true. There are Ugandan stamps and Ugandan embassy has approved it, and the notary and all that. And the reason as to why you translated these documents is because you're going to have to take them to the Turkish authorities, which Turkish speak Turkish, and they don't use English normally, basically. And that is the reason as to why you translated these documents to Turkish, so that it can be easier for the Turkish authorities to authorize these documents. So yeah, after you take these documents to the Turkish Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and they are approved. Woo! Congratulations. Okay, so now you are a little bit relieved because this whole process, it is a little bit stressful. Yeah, it is a little bit stressful. Okay, so after this and it's all done, you have your birth certificate with you, you have your certificate of celibacy, and you have your passport. All these documents are legalized in Turkey, yes. You are going to go to the office of your where you're gonna have to get you married, the office that you're gonna get you married. You're gonna have to take these documents there to the marriage office, and they're gonna have to look at the documents again to see if everything is right and clear. So after they check these documents and there isn't any problem with them, please make sure that the names in your passport, they are the names in every document. There isn't any mistake. If there is any mistake, you're gonna have to repeat this process again. Okay, so you just have to make sure that you are really careful with the writings, with the names, and all that. All right, so after this, then now the marriage office has accepted your documents. They are going to tell you to provide the tests. Yes, in Turkey, when you're gonna get married, you have to go on some blood test. You and your spouse, to see that you're compatible or something. I didn't dig deep that much in that case, but to me, it was only that my husband was asked to be tested, so that if the man is negative, there isn't any problem. Okay, and if the woman is positive, I am not so sure about these tests and why the reason, but I know that like if you're going to get married to someone, of course you need to take tests, and yeah, we did our private testing, but then there are some tests that the marriage office wants basically, and most of the times it's done. I think it varies to different cities in Turkey. So to us, it was only my husband that took the test. Okay, and the test results came out negative. So after the test results come out negative, we went back again to the marriage office. So now it's done. So now it's done. Congratulations, you're ready to get married with your spouse, and you're ready to be legalized. You're ready to for your marriage to be legalized in Turkey. Okay, so after we took the documents in the marriage office and they were really very okay, they gave us a date. They asked us like, when will you want to get married? And then after you give them your date, or you have some emergency whereby some of you guys are staying in here and your residence is due, your date is near, and I will be uploading a lot of videos concerning this legal issues, the residence permits, your work permit, because I lived in such a situation too, whereby I had a work permit, And then by the time I was going to get married, and it was really very complicated, and it was complicated. I will have to make another video talking about that and explaining to you how I managed to that whole situation. It is really, really very, very complicated, but and after you take your results and now you choose the date, or they give you the date, and now you're ready to get married. You're ready to get married. And so these are some of the most, not some, but the most, and they are the most important, steps and documents on how to get married in Turkey, okay, as a foreigner, of course. If you didn't subscribe yet up to this end, please, why not? Like, give your girl some likes and comment down below. Comment on what is your issue, what are you curious about, what would you like to know, and I'll be really replying you in the comment section, or making another video talking about the same issue that you've asked me about. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you to subscribe, give it a like, thumbs up, and turn on your post of notifications to be notified whenever I post a video. Okay, guys.